Happy again to be joined by Bryce Davis, Youth Pastor of Christ Tabernacle. Doing all right?
Doing great. Happy to be here again, Adam. Thank you for having me.
First two-time guest on our podcast.
Let's go. I'm honored. That's awesome.
Here today to talk about the Legacy Center here in Princeton, Kentucky. Tell me about the Legacy Center.
So the Legacy Center is an extension of Christ Tabernacle. It is where we host our food pantry. It's also where we host Celebrate Recovery on Thursday nights. We have actually someone who comes in and does in-house counseling at the Legacy Center, and it's just used for countless other things. Anything that we need it for, it's there for, which is why I kind of love the Legacy Center, is because we wanted some place where people could come and receive help and freedom in different ways, not just as a food pantry. However, Legacy Center mainly is a food pantry. It's a warehouse kind of setup, and so it's full of food all the time and pallets and a big freezer there in the middle. But it is an amazing place, and I'm honored to get to lead it. We could talk about maybe this a little bit more later, but I got to step in, had the honor to step in after Missy Gill, who's actually my aunt, but she really, the food pantry started as a couple shelves on the wall here at the church with some dry goods and some cans. And she took it all the way from that to having its own standalone location where we're serving hundreds of families every month. And so kudos goes to her. I've been doing it for a year, and it's amazing how difficult, how trying it can be. And she did it for a decade or better. And so just honor to her and the fact that it is where it's at. So
let's talk about the evolution of that, because it started as kind of just like a car line here, right? At this church, and then talk about the evolution of that.
So you're right. It did evolve. Like I said, it really was. It was shelves on a wall. There's a mobile home here in between the church and the Life Center, our gym. And there's a mobile home unit that used to house the food pantry. And it was shelves on the wall where they had some dry goods and canned goods, and they would give to people when they needed. But then it evolved and ended up in the Life Center, and we had the food pantry in what's now the nursery for the preschoolers. And they housed it there, and we would have trucks come in from Feeding America, and it would fill the entire gym, all these food donations. And then we would have people line up in the parking lot, and we would serve them one by one, load their car, and send them on their way. And that was it became very efficient, and we got to serve with our church body, and we got to see so many people step in to volunteer in that capacity, which was awesome in that season that we were able to do it. However, our desire was always to get to spend more one-on-one time with the person who was driving the car. It wasn't about being efficient. It was about touching the life of the person driving. And we couldn't do that when we were trying to get everyone in and out as quick as possible. And it's not because we were, trying to get them out of our hair. It's because we were clogging up the highway, and so we couldn't do that legally. And so anyways, now we get to serve them twice a week. Our doors are open. They get to come in. We know their names, and our volunteers love them. They have built relationships and friendships with them. And to me, the food pantry, the Legacy Center, is far more about that and getting to pray with these people than it is about rice and beans and meat or anything else we have to offer.
You mentioned Feeding America. How did that relationship start, and what is that now?
Sure. They've been fantastic. They really have been. Missy is the one who connected those two things, us and Feeding America. And so I couldn't tell you the origin story. All I know is that they've been a fantastic partnership, and they continue to be. I know that we can kind of touch on this too, but the funds have been different this year. And so the first year that I step in, it's been probably more defunded than it has in a while, which has been difficult. But they're still a friend to us, and they're still bringing food to us every month. And we do pay for some of it, but for a lot of it, we get it for free because of the grants that are available through them. And so a big shout out to Feeding America.
Right. So Feeding America, and I assume you all also take food donations.
Absolutely.
Just drop-offs and whatnot.
Yes.
Does the Legacy Center specifically have like a donation, or does it just come from CT? Kind of, what is the donation process like?
Sure. We have, for one, we have very generous organizations within Princeton and Caldwell County. Walmart has been excellent to us. Once a week we pick up from there, and we get quite a bit of food. Treehouse just across the street here has been so generous with us as well, cookies and crackers and different things. I don't want to leave anyone out. The Rotary Club, Morgan's Funeral Home, and then just countless other individuals, along with some other organizations I'm failing to mention, but just countless individuals from the church, from outside the church. We've seen other churches show up on a day that we're open and they want to drop off some goods that they want to donate out of the goodness of what they're doing in their own church body. And so we're just very privileged, very honored to have a community. I love Caldwell County, and to have the community that we do that cares about the people who do have food insecurity and who do need help. And so as much as we do, it's a team effort, and it's a community effort. And like I said, honored to get to be a part of that.
Sure. It's not CT's
Correct.
Food Pantry. It's the community's
Absolutely.
food pantry. So it's awesome to hear that, other churches and just other organizations jumping in
Absolutely.
to do this. So how many volunteers do you have at Legacy?
We kind of cycle depending on the season and the time of year. There are a lot of people who have kids, and so summertime is a little more difficult for them to serve because they have kids. Sometimes they bring them with them, so that's great.
Yourself included?
Yes, correct. Yes, Dinah was with me yesterday, actually. And so, like, seasonally, it changes. Some people are obviously retired. We have a lot of elderly people who serve at the food pantry. And so they have different seasons where they're busier with family, or some of them go camping by the lake, and so they can not be there as much during the fall. But we always have a consistent group of people ranging from probably 30 to 50 volunteers, many of them coming from our own church. And so what's so special about that is we built a family there. I call them volunteers. That's really not a good word. We are a family, and we eat together. We'll have potlucks together. We'll stay after together. They do a small group on Tuesdays. And so
I came by last week and everybody was eating ice cream.
Exactly.
It's like, man,
exactly.
I need to volunteer.
It really is a get to and not a have to. Like,
right.
They honestly want to be there, which is fantastic, and it makes my life a whole lot easier.
Yeah. So also with the Legacy Center, you were talking about it's not just food pantry. There's other programs there. What else besides the food pantry?
Sure. Obviously, the big one for us is Celebrate Recovery. Shout out to Miss Kevin and Lisa Sisk. They're amazing people. And they had a heart to help people find freedom from addiction. And what was so eye-opening for me when they kind of proposed this idea is that they wanted to help people in every avenue of life. And so it wasn't just alcoholism. It wasn't just drug addiction. They wanted to help people find freedom from grief and from anger and from lust. And while those two, substance abuse is it's a big issue in our community, all of us are impacted by something that we need freedom from. Right. It's one of the 4, values that we have here at CT is to find freedom. And so when they stepped in and said that they wanted to do this for Pastor Troy and myself, it was like, that's easy. That's an easy yes. And so on Thursday nights at, I think at 5:30, they start having a meal together. And then around 6 o'clock, they have a meeting, and then they do small groups. Kids are there because their parents bring them, and it's just really amazing. Someone recently gave their life to the Lord there, and people are finding freedom. And I know personally one person whose life has changed dramatically because of Celebrate Recovery. And so to me, that is just one of the best things that we can do. Right. And again, thank you to the team who makes that possible.
Right. Some awesome people there.
Absolutely.
With Kevin and Miss Lisa. Celebrate Recovery is dear to my heart because Jesse and I, we started there in Bowling Green and Celebrate Recovery. So to see it come to Princeton, impact people's lives, some awesome testimonies. And it's, to hear those stories, it connects all of us because like you said, we're all going through something.
That's right.
Maybe it's not addiction. Maybe it's not substance abuse. Maybe it's just grief or anger, or we're holding on to something. And to hear those stories and those testimonies is a powerful thing.
I agree.
So, also wanted to ask you about you're the youth pastor. So, what do you got going on that's new with the youth group?
The biggest thing is facilitating and learning how to facilitate the moment. And we've been talking a lot about that. David gave a message this past Wednesday night, and then JD Ost, of course, who was here with us a little over a month ago, and he gave this message: don't miss the moment. And I don't want to miss this moment because we have young people coming to our church in flocks, and they just every week there are more kids, more young people, and we can't miss that moment to shepherd them and to love them and to lead them to the gospel and to Jesus. And so I'm learning, and I've got a team of people who are amazing. Aaron Brown, being one of those people. And so we've got some exciting things coming up. I've got vision, I've got dreams. It's going to take a team of people. But one thing that we want to get back to doing is having a high school meeting once a month, starting in January of 26. And it's going to be for high schoolers, maybe young people. We've got a lot of college-age kids. But we want to have a service that's exclusively for them, where we have live worship, where we'll have a word given by myself or someone else. And eventually we want to empower them and encourage them to the point that they're preaching the word and that they're leading worship.
Sure.
Because we believe that, they're the next generation, but they're also the now generation. And that very soon they'll be in the workforce. Very soon they'll be raising families. And so 2026, I think, is going to be an amazing year for our young people. I think the Lord is doing something really cool.
Yeah. We tackled this a little bit in our first conversation, but you just have a passion to see these kids through and lead them to the Lord, fill them with the Spirit. Talk a little bit more about that.
I love everything that I get to do at CT. I mentioned this the first time we talked. I don't know what else I would do if I wasn't here. I really don't. I don't know what I would be good at, but within that, I love everything that I get to do, all the hats that I get to wear. I love the food pantry. I love Sunday services. I love the social media side of things. I love getting to be a part of several different avenues of ministry that we have here at the church. But to me, student ministry is everything. I told Pastor Troy recently, if I'm a youth pastor for the rest of my life, then there will be no greater joy for me. I don't know how they'll like it when I'm 80, but I love student ministry because there's so much potential in these young people. And there's a statistic that like 78% of people who get saved do it before the age of 18. And so they're the ripest group of people that we get to preach the gospel to. They'll be the most effective. And so I'm excited. I want to see families saved. I want to see parents saved. And I believe that they have the capability and the power to do so. We forget that the disciples were young people. They were young men. Jesus' 12 disciples. And so God can do something really special with the younger generation.
Right. And it's not just, obviously we're developing the youth and trying to lead them to Jesus, but there's also just something special about, like, not every church has this. There's churches that don't have any youth programs. Right. There's churches that don't have this type of setup. And you can't exist. What's your next generation look like if you're not leading the youth? So I certainly appreciate what you do, what Miss Coley does with our kiddos, because there's no, Jesse and I have a passion for our kids too. That there's no greater joy than watching them and seeing them build up, and to see what we have on Wednesday nights with all those middle school, high school kids at the altar. That's
incredible.
Again, that's something that doesn't happen everywhere.
Sure.
So credit to you, credit to Coley, credit to the Lord.
Absolutely.
All the blessings that He's given us to have this type of ministry. I think that's what makes this place special.
And that's what I would love to say is I think I work hard, our team works hard. Prayer is the biggest thing, I think, for one of the biggest reasons for the kids that are coming in and their growth and development. But honestly, I think people think I'm doing more than I am. The Lord is bringing them here. I'm not doing anything super evangelistic. I'm really not even in the schools. We're not doing anything, just crazy push. The Lord's bringing them into His house. And so it's Jesus. It's the Holy Spirit. It's these kids that are feeling empowered enough to go tell their friends about Jesus. And it's our church. Like you said, to me, it's less about a program and it's more about having the doors open to them and empowering them and welcoming them and letting them know there is no difference between a 17-year-old and a 47-year-old. You have the same opportunity to follow the Lord and to be full of the Holy Spirit and to see change happen around you. And so that's what we believe in here. And honestly, I think it's why God is doing something special here. So less to do about me, more to do about Him.
The people here, being on our welcome team, I see our welcome team, they will speak to our youth just like they're an
Exactly.
adult, and glad you're here.
Exactly. They love the young generation, and I've seen, not from our church or anyone in particular, but I've seen some pushback against the younger generation, sometimes from an older generation, where we label them as certain things, lazy or sensitive, and all these things. And they have their struggles, but every generation's had their struggles. And what's different here is again, they believe in the young people that are coming into these doors,
Right.
and that Jesus has a calling on their life and a plan and a future. And so just to piggyback off what you said, to me, that's the best. Our greeting team is amazing, and appreciate everything y'all do, because it starts with you before it goes anywhere else. So.
Well, yeah, because most kids might come in the doors with their head down, or
Exactly.
doing this
Sure.
on their phone, and to be able to engage with them, and it's like, hey, no matter what's going on outside these doors, we love you here. That's and right. You can love on them and just let them know. Does anybody have conversations with them
Absolutely.
outside of school? So you never know what's going on. So to be able to do that when they walk in, and they pick their head up,
That's
and
right.
they have a conversation, and they feel seen, they can hear their name. And
I've just, this as a dad, kids love attention. Diana, my little girl, wants us, she's at the point now where she wants, if she's playing toys or she's reading a book, she'll go to the couch and she'll pat on it because she wants us to sit down and do it with her. She wants us to play toys with her. She wants us to read the book with her. And honestly, that's the desire of every young kid and teenager, is that their parents and that people that love them would come and sit and be a part of their life. But we've become so fast paced. We've become so glued, and I'm as guilty as anyone, to our phones, and our young people need to be reminded that we see you, that we love you, that we want to spend time with you, that we'll sit down and we'll invest in you and pour into you. And honestly, they would rather have that than every social media platform and every technological device. We give them a bad rap, but a lot of it stems from a lack of attention that they deserve.
Right.
And so again, we're honored to get to step into that, and starting at the front door and going all the way to the altar. It's like, we care about you. Again, we want to invest in you and pour into you. We want to pray for you. You matter to us as much as our own kids. And that makes the difference.
Yeah. And again, we're talking about, the altar calls that we have on Wednesday, and our youth being up there. They're not just up there to be that, you can see them, they're hugging on each other, they're praying over each other, the Spirit is filling them.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
They're having moments.
Yeah.
And that's everything. We could have the most fantastic worship. I could deliver the best messages, which I don't. If God doesn't touch them, then all of this is for nothing. But God is touching them.
Yeah.
And that's what we want more than anything. That's what changed my life. It wasn't, I love Pastor Troy, but it wasn't Pastor Troy. He's helped me along the way. I love our church, but it wasn't our church. I had a moment with Jesus, one-on-one with the creator of the world, and it changed my life forever. And that's what will impact them more than anything else, is that they come in contact with the living God, and he'll change their life. He'll change the generations that come after them. Because, Pastor Troy gave a wonderful message recently. One touch, one moment with God, and it'll change everything. So we're passionate about that.
That's awesome story. And I certainly appreciate you meeting again. And Food Pantry, Celebrate Recovery, Youth Pastor, all the things that you're a part of, we certainly appreciate you.
Appreciate
at
you.
CT, and appreciate, what we're trying to do in the community, not just in this building.
Yeah. And can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
Today is October 31st. I don't know when this will go out. There is some SNAP stuff that is supposed to be going down tomorrow. And so there are probably going to be people financially struggling, provisionally struggling with food and whatever else. And so at the Legacy Center, we're going to do our very best to serve every family that'll come into our doors. We are running a little low on food. And so dry goods specifically are great. Hamburger helper, spaghetti noodles, sauce, the easy stuff. We want to provide things that make a pretty quick meal. And so to anyone watching, at the Legacy Center on 607 West Washington Street, If you feel out of your heart you want to donate and make a difference, then we want to be there for that, and we want to facilitate that. And I promise you, anything given to us directly goes back to people. We don't keep for ourselves. It all goes back to the people who need it. And so we're looking forward to being the hands and feet of Jesus in a dark moment. And that's when the light shines the brightest. And so
Right.
it'll be great.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because I failed to mention that. And that was something I wanted to bring up with the food pantry. The people that are losing SNAP benefits, you all already have a good sized crowd.
Correct.
So now that those benefits are going away, you're going to see a rush and a push.
Yes.
Now more than ever. So yeah, anybody that can donate food, time, money to the Legacy Center and the food pantry, certainly appreciated. And again, just appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, man. All right, Bryce, we failed to mention when is the food pantry available?
Legacy Center is open every Monday, as of right now, every Monday and Thursday from 9 a.m. till 1 p.m. We ask for appointments, and so you can find our phone number online. You can look up the Legacy Center in Princeton, Kentucky, and you'll find that phone number there. So we do prefer appointments. That way we kind of can schedule that out. However, we will always accept walk-ins and help people in their time of need. If things get if we get populated pretty quick, there is a real possibility that we will extend hours. Mm-hmm. And so we do have a Facebook page. It's the CT Food Ministry. And so if you want to go follow that, we'll kind of try to help people stay updated on those things. I'm believing that everything's going to work out. And so
same with food donations.
Yes. Yeah. That's the best time. You can reach out to me, through, honestly, Facebook Messenger is not good. My email is brycedavis04@yahoo.com. Pastor Troy loves giving out his phone number. I don't, because I already get enough messages as is. Or you can find me at the church almost any day of the week. And so we can accept donations anytime. But if we're there on a Monday or Thursday, it's the best time from 9 to 1. We would love to unload you. We actually get there early. And so if you're someone that has to get to work at 9, we're there at 8. And so if you want to come that early, we'd be happy to accept the donation and help you unload. You can stay in the car and we'll take care of everything.
Awesome. Sounds good.
Awesome.
Appreciate you.
Thank you, Adam.